If you were to understand love through the lens of building a garden, what seeds would you plant? And I want you to be very mindful of the language that I'm using. So if we're thinking about this through the lens of the boundaries that we have, these are the non-negotiables. What would be your trees in your garden where this is not getting chopped down? This is not being negotiated. This is not changing by the seasons. I want you to also understand love through the lens of your personal values. What do you value? Is it trust? Is it fidelity? Is it consistency? Is it kindness? That is going to be the trees in your garden. Now, I want you to think about love through the lens of seasons. In the same way that fruit doesn't grow all year round, what are some of the things that you need in this season? And I want you to have a bit of fun here, right? I want you to think about the erotic as well. I want you to think about the raw. I want you to think about the play. I want you to think about the joy. What does play look like for you in love? What does joy look like for you in love in this season? And I want you to plant that in your garden. Now, I want us to understand love through the lens of sweetness. What does a sweet love mean to you? Additionally, how do you expect a partner to show sweetness to you? How do you want to receive sweetness? In language, in touch, in expression, in experience. And I want you to plant that in your garden. And I want us to go back to the conversation to love as safety. What are your safe words in arguments? What are your safe words in intimacy? What are your safe words in sadness? How are you articulating that? But also, how do you want your partner to communicate or articulate safety, not only to them, to you, but to y'all, right? When we're thinking about relationship dynamics. Now, I want us to think about the more tender experience of love. What does tenderness to love mean to you? In your grief, in the mundane, in the excitement, in the anticipation. How are you articulating that? And again, how do you expect to receive a tender love? What does that look like? Through language, through expression, through experience, through sensuality. Love as sensuality. What does that mean to you, and what are you planting in your garden? What do you want to last all year round, and what do you want in this season as it relates to your relationship with sensuality and your shared understanding of sensuality as it relates to a partner or partners? Now, I want us to think about love through the lens of relationship dynamics, because in every video, I am intentional about saying partner and partners. Do you want a monogamous relationship? Do you want an ethical, non-monogamous relationship? What is the garden of communication that you are watering in the relationship dynamic that you desire? Does your desires change as it relates to partners or as it relates to relationship dynamics? Is that something that you are willing to open or close the door on? Have you thought about that? Have you discussed that in previous relationships or love experiences? See, I need us to take a step back from the journal prompts as it relates to deeply reflecting, and this is another self-help exercise. But when you understand love as a garden, when you understand love and romance as an ecosystem, what is symbiotic to each other? And how do you want to understand and bear the fruits of your labor when you understand love as labor? What is that shared experience? What do you want to share in love? What do you want to receive in love? What do you want to give in love? What are you not willing to tolerate in love? All of these things you need to know the answers to, but it also needs to be a fun exploration. I think a lot of times we forget that the exploration and the experience and the expression should also be fun. Everything doesn't have to be this transcending experience, this gut-wrenching experience, this soul-bearing experience. When you understand love through the lens of cultivation, you understand where you have to put a lot of hard work in, but also where things can be easy. I want us to also get comfortable with the understanding that love is ease. Now, I'm not saying cultivating a relationship is easy every single day, but that foundational shared definition of love, one of the shared definitions should be ease. That should be something in your garden of love that is we're not wavering on. Safety in the garden of love, no matter your relationship dynamic, whether it's monogamous, whether it's ethical, non-monogamous, that's not changing. Communication and consistency. What does that look like for you? What do you need in this season? Do you want someone to call you every single day? Do you want to be in communication every single day? Are you okay with being the girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, lover for the weekend? Do you care about consistency as it relates to communication? You need to understand these things without shame. And this is going to be my last talking point. You do not plant shame in the garden of love.